find among this year's top ranked two individuals, Lauren Camachi and Chelsea Fisher, whose records at the college were of the highest order and whose interests and future plans make them very attractive choices. Lauren is a communication studies major and a history minor. She did her junior IS on the adolescent vampire series Twilight, and her work was titled Feminism Can Bite Me, a feminist rhetorical analysis of the Twilight series is Bella Swan. She did her senior IS on masculinity in Harry Potter, with a thesis titled Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Gender, a rhetorical exploration of variant masculinities in the Harry Potter series. Both of these projects were advised by Dr. Denise Bosworth. Lauren has been a member of the Scott Marching Band and Symphonic Bands, a 4-year member of the Communication Club, a 2-year member of Cow for Kids, and served as the president of the Sexuality Support Network in addition to membership in allies and careers. Lauren's academic honors include Lambda Pi Eta, the Communication Honor Society, and Phi Alpha Theta, the History Honor Society, and Phi Beta Kappa. After graduation, Lauren will start a teaching assistantship at Penn State University's Communication, Arts, and Sciences program, where she intends to pursue graduate studies in rhetoric. Chelsea Fisher came to the College of Wooster after spending her youthful years in New Jersey, where she began her time here knowing she wanted to major in archaeology. And that focus shaped many of her undergraduate experiences as a student here. Chelsea is graduating with a major in archaeology and a minor in English. Her independent study, mentored by Professor Keith Anderson, is titled Interpreting Royal Portrait Spelling as Political Strategy, an analysis of iconography and social competition at Tikal and Golan. She has excavated prehistoric sites in Honduras and Native American sites in Arizona, as well as spent a semester abroad in the Yucatan, Mexico, where she studied Maya archaeology. She has presented research projects at conferences in St. Louis and Sacramento, where she received plaudits from well-known Mesoamerican archaeologists for her sophisticated comparison and analysis of royal iconography from several major Mayan sites. Chelsea is a member of Lambda Alpha Honor Society in Anthropology and Archaeology and was inducted into Phi Beta Kappa in her junior year. She is also a recipient of the Campus Council Leadership Award. Her college experience was tremendously shaped by her involvement with Wooster's cross-country and track teams. Next fall, she'll begin work on her PhD in anthropology at the top-rated program in the country at the University of Michigan, with a focus on archaeology, as a Rackham Fellow at the University of Michigan. And she will work there with Professor Joyce Marcus, a preeminent Mesoamericanist and member of the National Academy of Sciences. Please welcome our senior speakers.
Oh, no, he did not. All I'm recording is the back of his bald head.
Thank you, Dr. Cornwell, for your kind introduction. Welcome, fellow graduates, members of the College of Wooster community, distinguished guests, parents, family, and friends. For those of you who know me, this is going to make sense. Being Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Albus Dumbledore gives the advice, it is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. I love this quote, and it really seems to apply to our time at Wooster. Hogwarts chose Harry, but we chose Wooster. Out of hundreds of other schools, we chose this school. For some of us, the choice was crystal clear, like those who came onto campus and immediately fell in love with it, or one student who enjoyed his time here as a study abroad student so much, he decided to come back for his whole degree. Or another student whose entire family has graduated here for 4 generations. For others, the choice was less clear, like those students for whom Wooster just was not on their radar, or others who didn't initially like their first visit to Wooster. For me, I didn't get into my first choice school, and then after I refused to actually consider any other school after that. Finally, as deadlines approached and I was down to 2 final choices, my mom and dad brought a quarter to the dinner table and said, "You're done. Call it." They flipped the quarter, I called it, and it landed on tails. Wooster. It is remarkable to think how different my future would have been if that that Ford had landed on heads. Once we arrived at Wooster, we faced many new choices. What extracurriculars to join, where to live after freshman year, whether or not to study abroad. Maybe our biggest decision, however, was the choice of major. For me, once again, chance took the lead. I became a communication studies major by accident, declaring a major just to get it over with, and ending up falling heavily in love with it. Others came to Wooster with a definite purpose, and while some stuck to their intended major from day one, others discovered their passions later on, like one student who started in biochemistry and later declared an English major. Although choices, as Dumbledore said, may be more important than innate abilities, the decision to come to Wooster has also allowed us to attain many new skills, and we excelled with the help of Wooster's outstanding faculty and staff. Being a liberal arts college, we had the opportunity to study many different fields. My personal favorite was taking astronomy of the solar system. An English major told me her favorite crossover class was Intro to Philosophy, and another student, a music education major, said his favorite non-music class was biomedical ethics. This liberal arts education has given us the ability not only to explore areas well outside our majors, but also to expand our ways of thinking about issues in our world. However, perhaps the biggest ability Wooster has given us is IS. Our independent study program is unlike anything undergraduates do at any other school. Indeed, for many of us, our senior IS is comparable to a master's thesis at other schools. Our experience at IS has given us the valuable skills of critical thinking, creativity, research, and writing. Having this ability to so effectively create and articulate our arguments will be vital to any career we choose after today. Academics alone, however, do not define the Wooster experience. For many of us, our time here has been made even more memorable by participation in co-curriculars that would not have been possible at a larger institution. For example, how many people at bigger schools can say that they are a math major who's a Highland dancer, or a philosophy major who plays trumpet in marching band? It is not, however, solely our choices or our abilities that shape our future. These two factors must work together to help us as we move on to this next part of our lives. For many graduates, the choice of a major and the abilities gained in that field will directly affect their career path. Some choose to continue in their field of study in a graduate program, or others, like one of my classmates in communication studies, will use her skills working for a PR firm next year. Other past graduates, however, have gone in completely different directions than their major, as our liberal arts education allows us to do. One past physics major now teaches kindergarten. A former business economics major is now a chef. A past geology major became an orthopedic surgeon, and a former chemistry major became an Episcopal priest. That one of the most beautiful aspects of Wooster is that we are not limited by our choices. Our majors do not define our futures. Rather, Wooster graduates have the freedom to let their interests and careers evolve over time, presenting us with new choices that lead to new abilities. As Dumbledore said, though, it comes down to our choices. Wooster has handed us the bricks with which to build our future, but it is ultimately our choice. No one can decide but us for where to go from here.